All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Sorry, bumps. We got some NBA news coming in, and that Sam Cassell and Mike D'Antoni news. So we can say Sam Cassell for later. Mike D'Antoni seemed to be the leader in the clubhouse for the New Orleans Pelicans. He could become the Pelicans' next coach. And, you know, this is after he quit the Rockets. The Rockets was going to fire him. He quit first, even though James Harden endorsed him coming back. But, you know, I think the Pelicans might be a good fit. You know, they talking about him in Philly because Tyronn Lue, I guess they're not willing to give Tyronn Lue the money he want, which is $7 million per year. The same thing happened with the Lakers, and Lue basically saying, if I don't get my 7, I ain't coaching. So Tyronn Lue got to understand his complexion. But, hey, his price is his price. So they talking about Mike D'Antoni in Philadelphia, which I guess they going to move Ben Simmons because I don't see that working. But in New Orleans, that'd be a good fit for those young guys. Them young guys like to get out and run anyway. So, you know, they just trying to get the Pelicans to the playoffs. You know, and Mike D'Antoni might can do it there. I'm not sure how he'd do, per se, without a veteran guy like Steve Nash and without a veteran guy like, you know, not Rondo, but James Harden. But, you know, Lonzo can push the ball. He shot the 3 a lot better last year outside the bubble. So, I mean, I think that's, out of all the openings, I believe that's the best fit. And then again, his backcourt is 2 lockdown defenders in Lonzo and Drew Holiday. He got shooters in Jordan Clarkson, not Clarkson, but Josh Hart. They got Nikhil Alexander. He pretty good. So they got some ballers out there. You got Ingram, you got Zion. Jackson Hayes can get up and down the floor as well too. So he ain't got to deal with big old clunker and you know, Clint Capella. So they got a team that fit what Mike D'Antoni like to do. And I actually think that's a good fit for them. He can't take them to the promised land though. He only gonna take them to the first round. I mean, to the playoffs, and they probably advance a couple times, and then they got to get rid of him. But you know, a lot of people want to know how this guy keep getting jobs. That's what people want to know. How this guy keep getting jobs, and you know, he must got plugs behind the scene. He must be a really good guy. You know, he probably a yes man, and he do what he actually do. But also, he bring in an exciting brand of basketball. And if you can't win, and you know you can't win a championship, or you're not committed financially to win a championship, then why not bring in an exciting brand of basketball? Fans are gonna be optimistic regardless. You go out here and it's proven time and time again, even in Phoenix, that Mike D'Antoni's system don't get you to the championship. But fans gonna continue to believe. Every year they forget about James Harden's shortcomings and say, oh, you know, he's the greatest scorer. And then we get to the playoffs, he choked because Mike D'Antoni can't make those adjustments for him. Now everybody's sour on him right now, but as soon as he start putting up numbers next season, everybody gonna be talking about how he's the greatest scorer. So it's one of the greatest cons when organizations hire Mike D'Antoni, because he bring in an exciting brand of basketball, you know, and they think they're gonna win something, but it's just there as a facade. We're not really committed to winning. You know, we just committed to hyping you guys up, taking y'all money, and playing an exciting brand of basketball, and that's just what it boiled down to with him. You know, they just committed to you know, being exciting. But I think the Pelicans will work for him. They won't win much there, but he got some good defenders. Ingram, he got potential to be a really, really good defender. Lonzo and Drew Holiday defend well. So you got some guys there that can get some good defense, but he just don't preach it. And then also, he just got a lot of 1-on-1 isolation basketball. Now if Ingram stay there, he probably gonna let Ingram really get a lot of isolation basketball. He gonna turn Ingram into that point guard. I think for a lot of the time, he gonna get buckets. Ingram with D'Antoni might be an MVP candidate if he stick in New Orleans. You know, and I think he gonna be right up there. His numbers gonna be prolific. D'Antoni gonna show him how to facilitate in the system, and he gonna make a lot of buckets. I'm telling you, he gonna be MVP candidate in that system. Only way that team able to win it is somebody just extraordinary and special. You know, that's what it's gonna take. Somebody that's a two-way player, that's extraordinary and special, It's gonna take them dudes to have a defensive mindset, but he gonna keep getting them jobs, and that's just the bottom line. But let's talk about Sam Cassell. Sounds like Sam Cassell is the leader to take over for the Houston Rockets. I mean, throughout the years, they playing Chris Paul, they playing Dwight Howard, they playing Kevin McHale, and now they blaming Russell Westbrook. You know, and now they blaming Mike D'Antoni, but the one consistent in there is James Harden being part of that ball team. Now, since Sam Cassell come in there and rebuild it, I mean, it depends on, you know, how open-minded James Harden and Russell Westbrook is. James Harden don't want the ball out of his hands. You know what I'm saying? James Harden want to control the ball. He want it to be on him. But it's better if you take him off the ball sometime and let him get free and get some easy buckets, cutting and slashing, you know, and coming off screens and shooting the ball. And I think that's what Sam Cassell going to do when he get there. He going to tell them that, man, we can't go 1-on-5. We got to do a real offense. We get you easy buckets from time to time. So it depends on how open-minded James Harden is. Harden didn't want Mike D'Antoni to leave Houston because he liked putting up these numbers and getting glorified as one of the best scorers of all time. What he got to understand is what Jordan understand when Phil came in and implemented the triangle. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to win or you just want numbers? And Jordan trusted in Phil Jackson's system, and it worked. So can Sam Cassell, whoever do come in there, get James Harden to buy into a system where he don't dominate the ball so much, and he don't get out there and score 30 and 40, but he go out there and play an efficient basketball and start winning games. And I'm starting to think, you know, James Harden don't want to win no games. I'm thinking he going the LeBron route. He want to pad his stats so people say he the greatest. You know, you know, obviously LeBron got the rings, but for his instant, without the rings, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get a cancellation prize. That's it. He's trying to get a cancellation prize. But I think Sam Cassell, that's a good situation for him. A lot of black coaches start off with shit. Remember, Mark Jackson started off with the Warriors, and, you know, some people was considering Steph a failure. The team wasn't good enough. They was considering breaking up the Warriors at the time. And Mark Jackson revived them and implemented confidence in those guys. You know? He did. So, I mean, I hope Sam Cassell get the job. He one of them dudes that paid his dues in the league, wasn't a bad guy, been on the end of the bench forever. And it just seemed like a lot of these black coaches, they gotta pay their dues. You know, they gotta continue to pay their dues over and over and over again. You know, and to the point where a lot of them dudes like Jerry Stackhouse and Patrick Ewing and Penny Hardaway, Juwan Howard, all went to the college route because the NBA wouldn't let them in. But they got these coaches that come from overseas, they can't coach a lick. How you gonna take somebody overseas before you take an American ball player that been there, done that? That's what I don't understand. I truly don't, but I think Cassell will do a good job, but it's all about can they get Harden and Westbrook to buy in and play and winning basketball. Now the Washington got to do some tweaking because they gotta go back. They can't play that small ball bull job. They got to go out there and find them another Clint Capella. You know, and they traded I think they traded a few assets for Russell Westbrook. So not sure how that's gonna work out. People saying, oh, can they trade Westbrook? I think that contract nobody wants. When he was in Oklahoma City, nobody wanted that contract. Maybe Toronto looking at it different now. Maybe they wish they would have brought in Paul George and Westbrook to keep Kawhi there for Pascal Siakam at the Siakam to do shit in the playoffs this year. But wherever Westbrook go, he ain't no winner. When Westbrook start playing winning basketball, you'll notice it. You know what I'm saying? When they got rid of Chris Paul for Westbrook, I said that ain't no upgrade. I'm talking how that's gonna work. And I knew they both would implode. But hey, with Chris Paul, you know, it's just a matter of time until he injured himself. So the 1 year he didn't get injured, that was with the team that had no expectations. You know, but I mean, it is what it is. But let me know what you guys think. Don't forget, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. All my social media links in the description. Check out our Facebook group. Check out our NBA Talk playlist. more videos like this. I'm gonna start doing live, so check out the one-on-one playlist. Kind of when we kind of get some gaps in between these games some more. If I didn't already upload, I'm gonna upload the Nuggets and the Clippers Game 7 prediction. So all that's coming later on. Appreciate the love, support. Keep sharing the videos. Y'all know what it is. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV. We done.